Okay, first day of our routine, nice and easy. What we need to do is find a kid's playground somewhere. There you want to find a nice solid bar, some kind of climbing apparatus. I think I've seen one in every kids park I've ever been to. This is all we need to do our upper body for the first 2 weeks. This can train our arms and our back. How are we going to do the first exercise? It's an underhand grip, hands slightly shoulder width apart. Bring your body to rigid, keep your guts tight. You want to line it up at about nipple line. Bring yourself up to the bar, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Be careful not to shrug your shoulders up. I'll demonstrate this shortly. Just up. Notice my body's nice and rigid. I'm not sinking in the middle of my back. Once that happens, the exercise is over and we call that failure, because there's other muscles assisting that we don't want to help. Here's a demonstration of what should not happen when you're performing your exercise. Don't bring your shoulders up to your ears. Changes the goal of the exercise and can actually strain your neck a little. So if you find yourself doing that, stop the exercise. Just there is the perfect motion. When we do any kind of resistance exercise, your gut should be nice and tight. Once we've done that, what we're going to do without any rest is flip over and go straight into push-ups. Now we're going to start on our toes. Your body's going to be rigid again, stomach tight, hands underneath your shoulders, up and down. Your chest should slightly touch the ground. Now we don't want to touch it so it takes tension off the muscle. Now once you fail doing push-ups on your toes, what we're then going to do is go directly to your knees. Knees on the floor, still a nice straight back. Lift your back feet off the ground and cross them at the back. Your hands are in the same position, so they're directly underneath your shoulders. We go down, your chest slightly touches the floor, and then straight back up. And we're going to fail doing this also. So fail could mean your form goes, or you just can't lift yourself up. Flip straight back over, no rest again, and straight back into the pull-ups. You'll fatigue as you go on, and you won't get as many reps out for each individual set. But that's our goal here. Remember, don't stop, keep moving. Back to chest, back to chest, back to chest continually. We're going to do that for 10 complete sets. Okay, now we're going to work on some core stabilization. There's no point doing crunch after crunch after crunch if we haven't got a stable core band. How we're going to do this, guys, is with a plank or a prone hold, whichever you prefer to call it. We go straight down. We're going to go on our elbows and on our toes. The trick here is to line all the joints up. Ankles, hips, and shoulders should all be in line. Suck your belly button to your spine and hold there for as long as possible. We want to hold for a total of 5 minutes. Now you're not going to get that all done in one crack, I understand, but what you're going to do is fail, have a 30-second rest, then go back again. Now we don't count our 30-second rest into the 5 minutes. Total separate time, we want to be holding that plank for 5 minutes in complete total. Okay, so that's day 1. This is day 2. We want to rest in between each one, and you want to be doing cardio on your rest days. This is a leg, hamstring, glute, and abdominal exercises. When we do everything to start, we're going to always continually move. We're going to try and get our heart rate up nice and high and burn through as many calories as possible. First exercise is the lunge. You step out and go directly down. Keep your leg parallel to the floor, everything should be square, and your body should remain upright. So no knees should be over your toes here. Demonstrated here, out, straight down. Keep that shin as parallel as possible to the ground. Now we're going to do 10 times on each leg, and you'll alternate. As soon as you've done that, we're going to hit the floor and start some crunches. Now remember, we're not resting. We're going from one to the other, one to the other. This will be the case for the first 2 weeks. And we're just going to use our own body weight. So we go straight down, lay flat on our back, legs flat on the floor, knees up slightly, keep your chin directly to the sky. Now I don't want you to grab your head, best thing to do is grab your ears. Keep your elbows flat and roll through your spine. We're not sitting up here, so we don't want any hip flexion. The best way to contract your abs is to roll through your spine and flex the torso that way. Nice and controlled movement, up and back down. Good. We're going to do this 15 times. Once we're done here, you're going to get straight back up and straight back into the lunges. Keeping it at 10 each leg. Notice how controlled I am here with the movement. I'm not junting, I'm not throwing myself up or using momentum. I'm going to concentrate right on the abdominal sheath there. Then what we're going to do is 5 sets of squats and bicycles. Same rule with the squats, guys. Knees don't go over the toes. All the weight has to beat your heels. So your heels should come off the ground. If you like, curl your toes up a tad. And that should do the trick. Straight down. If we turn side on in the mirror, there should be a 90-degree angle between your knee and the back of your hamstring. Just watch carefully. Out, down. We don't want to go too shallow or too deep. We want a full range of motion and to be nice and safe. We're going to do 10 of these squats. Then we're going to go straight down into a bicycle, which is an ab exercise with a twist, which means we're bringing our obliques in a little bit more this time. One elbow will touch the knee. The other elbow is flat on the ground. Now both our legs aren't hitting the ground here. So your legs are slightly off the ground and it's a nice controlled motion. Don't throw yourself around because you can hurt your back and your hip flexor. Notice there I'm crunching, I'm still curving through my spine but from a sideways motion. My opposite elbow's hitting the floor, the other elbow hits the knee. And alternate. We're going to do 20 in total, which means you'll touch that elbow on the knee 10 times each side. Again, when we've done this, straight back up into the 10 squats. We're only going to do 5 sets of this routine. Straight back up, back into the squat. You'll notice that I do a lot more lower body than I do upper body. The reason being is that your quads, hamstrings and glutes are such a big muscle, which means the more we work them, the more calories we get through in a session, which also means the bigger the muscle, the bigger the hormone release. Now in males, hormone release is gold if we're looking to immobilize fat, and this is what we're doing. In all your workouts for the next couple of weeks, we're moving continuously with no rest in between.